Hey, Life Insurance Academy family, it's Chris Ball, and I want to talk to you about 3 simple questions that will help you sell more. I don't know if you've thought about this, but we all have a perception about salespeople. And let's be honest, more often than not, it's a negative perception versus a positive perception. And some of that, actually most of it, is due to our own experiences. And recently, I had both a negative and a positive experience when I bought my last car. At one dealership, we'll call him Jeff. I met a salesman named Jeff, and when I was there, I sat down with Jeff and I told him, "Hey, this is how I want to go. I want to give you a price. I want to pay this price. I want to skip the games. I don't want you to tell me you have to check with your manager and your manager come out. This is how I want it to go. And if you can do the price, great. If you can't do the price, awesome. No big deal. I'm going to keep looking." And he said, "Hey, Chris, I like you. I like working with you." He said all the right things that salespeople typically say at a car dealership. And it went exactly how I described. I didn't want it to go. It happened that way. And then later on, after having this conversation, I had left the dealership. I got a call from Jeff, and Jeff said, "Hey, Chris, if you purchase this car, it's really going to help me because I'll get a bonus this month." He literally said that to me on the phone. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I said, "Jeff, you seem like a nice guy. I really appreciate what you're trying to accomplish, and you have the opportunity to hit your bonus. But Jeff, unfortunately, my car purchase has nothing to do with you." So hung up with Jeff. Go to another dealership where I meet Brad. Brad's a great salesman. He asked me a lot of great questions. I was looking for something very specific, and he wanted to know why I was looking for this. He took me on a ride along. We talked about the car, all the things that I liked about it. He asked a lot of really good questions, and he made the buying experience really about my desire and what I valued. And it was an important process for me to go through. And I liked Brad. And honestly, I would buy from Brad every time. And I will. I liked working with Brad. Unfortunately, and you guys, maybe you haven't thought about this, my encounter with Jeff impacted how I saw Brad. And Brad really, unfortunately for Brad, he really had to work to gain my trust and my business. And that's probably true for everyone. Everyone's had an experience, probably more often than not, with a Jeff versus a Brad. And this is something that's true about our prospects, our prospective clients. Everyone has dealt with somebody like this, and then it's going to affect how they see you, the person who's knocking on their door, or the person that is picking up the phone and dialing them. They hear a telemarketer, or they believe it's a telemarketer when it's a stranger that's calling. So I want to give you 3 simple questions that you need to process and you need to start asking yourself even before you knock on the door, even before you start picking up the phone and talking to your prospects or your prospective clients. The number one question is, who are you selling to? Do you understand the market that you're working in? If you're working in final expense, if you're working in mortgage protection, the one thing we talk about is building trust with clients. And one key ingredient in it is empathy, is understanding the person that you're talking to, putting yourself in the shoes of the other person. So, what is the daily life of your prospective client? What are their habits? What are their hopes? What are they afraid of? What problem are they trying to solve? This is really your role in this. You're simply a guide helping them solve the problem. You've heard this said from us. They're the hero of the story. We're just a guide trying to help them solve their problem, which leads us to the next question. Number one question is, who are you selling to? Do you know the challenges that your market faces? If it's final expense, they're middle to low income, right? So these people are facing some financial challenges. What does their daily life look like that expresses that or shows that? And if that's a reality for them, they want to solve a specific problem for that, okay? If you're dealing with mortgage protection, these are people who've just bought a new asset, and a lot of times without a whole bunch of money down. So if there's a downturn on the market, they could be upside down if they're forced to sell their house. And, they don't want to leave their family in a lurch if they get a serious health issue or if they were to pass suddenly. So these are the markets, specific markets, just two, and there's many more, but these two specific ones. The question is, do you know your market and who you're selling to? Next, what are your goals? Understanding your prospects' goals is everything. Who are they trying to protect? Like, not generically. What are their names? What are the names of the family members of the people they care about, who they're trying to protect? What kind of lifestyle will they have once they're gone? When I train agents, I talk to them about our role in identifying the prospect's goals. And this really is a stakes conversation. What's at stake? What's at stake if I take action? What's at stake if I don't take action? And many times our prospects are concerned with the same things we are, right? With today, the here and now. And they're not thinking a year into the future, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. How will the people I care about be affected 10 years down the road? And if we can start asking some good questions that draw that out of them, beyond the here and now, I call it being the ghost of Christmas future. We have a job to be the ghost of Christmas future and show them what's at stake with our clients. If we can have those conversations, they will tell you what they want and what they need. They will express it. We just have to ask the right question. So the start of that question is, what are their goals? Internally for us, what are their goals? Next, how does this product solve their problem? And this is an important thing. You might have heard this before. Sell the problem, not the solution. People buy what they want. They just do. It doesn't matter what the features are. It doesn't matter if the features of the product are as long as a CVS receipt. It doesn't matter if it's that long. If they don't connect to the client, it doesn't matter. It's just noise. It's rambling about features or trying to sell on features. And I'll tell you, if you're trying to sell just on the features, you might as well leave. It's not going to work. It's the quickest way to lose a sale. An example of this is if you have a married couple, they have 3 kids, and they're 5, 2, and 1, and they need a nice minivan with plenty of room for car seats, and it's easy to get in and out of. They have this mental picture in their head. It doesn't make sense to talk to them about, hey, check out the tech on the dashboard. Look how great this is. They're looking in the back. That's what they care about. They're looking for a product that solves their needs. They're not breaking their back, getting their kids out of their car. So if you're talking to them about things that don't matter to them, it's not going to sell. And they aren't going to trust you, honestly, because you don't sound competent. A good salesperson would ask questions about space, why it matters so much to them. They would ask them if they've known somebody who's had this same issue or how this would impact them on a long road trip. Can you imagine being on this long road trip? All the bathroom breaks and getting kids in and out. Check out this minivan and look at the space. Like, showing them how the product really meets their needs. The same is true for life insurance agents. What is it that people are looking for? What problem are they trying to solve? So here's the question. Do you know your prospects? Do you really know the market? Do you know them? Do you know their goals and what they're trying to accomplish? Do you know how the product you are offering is going to solve their problem? Your prospects, they don't need a list. They don't need a hero to come in and solve the problem. They need somebody who's going to come alongside of them and gently be a guide. Maybe somebody they didn't even know, someone was able to do that, was able to come alongside of them and help them solve their problem. They're not looking for somebody who's looking for the next commission or the next bonus. Trust me, those people get hung up on. Believe it or not, sales is not about you. Simply be the guide, ask the right questions, and the money will come. Hey guys, if you found this video valuable, do me a favor, hit that like button, just smash it like crazy, and subscribe and turn on your notifications. And heck, it'd be awesome if you could leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, and check out our podcast. We'll see you guys later.